Commentary by Father Jaume González I Padros. Barcelona, Spain. Jesus went up the mountain to pray. Today, the second Sunday of Lent, the Liturgy of the Word invariably brings us the Gospel episode of the Transfiguration of the Lord. This year with the nuances proper to St. Luke. The third evangelist is the one who most intensely emphasizes Jesus in prayer, the Son who is permanently united to the Father through personal prayer, sometimes intimate, hidden, sometimes in the presence of his disciples, filled with the joy of the Holy Spirit. Let us note, then, that Luke is the only one of the synoptics who begins the narration of this story thus: Jesus went up the mountain to pray, and, therefore, he is also the one who specifies that the transfiguration of the Master occurred while he was praying. This is not a secondary fact. Prayer is presented as the ideal, natural context for the vision of Christ's glory. When Peter, John, and James awoke, they saw his glory, but not only his glory, but also the glory that God had already manifested in the law and the prophets. These, says the evangelist, appeared in glory. Indeed, they too find their own splendor when the Son speaks to the Father in the love of the Spirit. Thus, at the heart of the Trinity, the Passover of Jesus, his exodus that he was going to accomplish in Jerusalem, is the sign that manifests God's plan from the beginning, carried out in the heart of Israel's history, until its definitive fulfillment, in the fullness of time, in the death and resurrection of Jesus, the incarnate Son. It is good for us to remember this Lent and always that only if we allow the spirit of piety to emerge in our lives, establishing with the Lord a familiar, inseparable relationship, will we be able to enjoy the contemplation of his glory. It is urgent to allow ourselves to be impressed by the vision of the face of the Transfigured One. Perhaps our Christian experience has too many words and lacks the amazement that made Peter and his companions authentic witnesses of the living Christ.